From orphan to queen. Esther 2:7, Mordecai raised Esther as his own daughter. Divine selection. Esther 2:17, the king loved Esther above all. God positions Esther for a purpose. Esther becomes queen. For who knows will it arrives, but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this. Hidden identity, divine plan. Esther 2:10, Esther hides her Jewish identity. Beauty with purpose. Esther speaks of preparation before meeting the king. Like Esther, we see divine placement in moments of beauty, preparing us for our purpose. The king loved Esther above all. Obedience to wisdom. Esther obeyed Mordecai's instructions, and she was favored among the women. A forgotten promise almost broke him, but not his spirit. Esther being favored among the 10 women.
The silent preparation season. A time of inner growth and divine favor.
God can use your past. As with Esther, your humble beginnings can be divinely placed for a greater purpose. A forgotten promise almost broke him, but not his spirit. Esther's beauty was divinely placed for a purpose. As with Esther, divine beauty and grace elevate one for a greater purpose, bestowing favor among many.
Esther 2:12, preparation before meeting the king.
When trouble hits your people, there is great mourning, but God has a purpose. Esther was placed among the women divinely favored. Behold the divine placement of Esther's beauty for purpose. She was favored among the 10 women. When evil plots in secret, divine beauty is placed with purpose. Esther is favored among the 10, a light for a greater plan. The threat against the Jews loomed. Esther, favored of Esther's beauty for purpose, stood with grace. When evil plots in secret, divine beauty is placed with purpose. Esther is favored among the 10, a light for a greater plan. A nation in danger, a decree to destroy, yet divine beauty is placed with purpose, as Esther is favored among many.
Put on sackcloth and ashes, and went out into the city, wailing loudly and bitterly. Esther is informed of her divine placement, her beauty favored for a purpose.
Will you stay silent? For such a time as this, Esther was divinely placed and favored.
Esther 4:14, divine placement. God has a purpose for your position.
Courage begins with a decision. Esther's beauty was divinely placed for a purpose. She was favored among many.
When fear meets faith, Esther chooses courage. See how divine placement sets her beauty for a purpose, favoring her among many.
The power of fasting. Esther 4:16, 3-day fast. Go gather.
Esther fasted for 3 days, then approached the king uninvited. Approaching the king uninvited. In risky moments, Esther fasted and approached the king. The king extended his scepter, showing favor. Favor in risky moments. Esther 5:2, the king extends the scepter. Wisdom and training. Cultivate your inner garden through mindful practice, harmonizing body and mind for true balance. In the book of Esther, she delays her request, embodying strategic patience. Don't rush your bet through. Esther 5:8, waiting for the right time. The table that changed everything. Esther 5:4, banquet invitation. God works behind the scenes. Esther 6:1, the king can't sleep. In a moment of divine reversal, the humble Mordecai is honored before the king's gate. Haman's plot against Mordecai backfired, just as his wise men and wife Zeresh predicted. Esther speaks up and pleads for her people. She reveals the truth at the right time, and justice is finally served. God turns it around. From mourning to joy, victory over destruction. The power of divine reversal. The table celebrating deliverance, joy and feasting. As it is written in Esther 9:22, a celebration for turning sorrow into joy. You are chosen for a reason. Courage changes destinies. God is working in silence. You are chosen for a reason. Courage changes destinies. Esther forking in silence. Esther 2:17. God elevates the humble. What was meant for evil turns good. Your voice matters. Purpose will always prevail. God elevates the humble. Like Esther, we must use our voice. What was meant for evil, purpose will always prevail. Your voice matters. Purpose will always prevail.